Okay, howdy partners. This is Kiram with Massive Effect, massiveeffectmarketing.com. We take your website from this to this. Today we're doing something a little different. We're going to mix it up. We're going to talk about positioning. We usually do videos about SEO or design and conversion rate. Let's talk about positioning because I found this wicked website here which really gets it right. And I think a lot of people go blank when you say positioning, or they'll have an idea that, well, positioning is for like Nike, positioning is for Apple, positioning is for FedEx, IBM, the big multinationals. While that's absolutely true, it is still applicable to small business. And let's take a look at an example of that. So we have a website right here, donethisweek.com. What is it? Well, it's about websites. And let's just walk through it and then I'll show you the magic of this website. So we land here. Okay, very fresh. Does your business have time to not have a great website? So we've got kind of a value proposition right up front. It's more of a question, but we get what they're talking about. They're talking about websites, right? So we scroll down and then they hit us with a stat, right? 94% of your business's first impressions relate to your design. So we've got some market data, all right? Market data is super important, so it's getting my interest, all right? We've got some market data, and then we're laying out the desired result of a website done in just 3 days. Wow, that's quite something. How do you do that? Well, they tell you, here's the process. Very smooth transition. Step 1, 2, 3. When you're doing your how we work / our process section, it's always good just to put 3 items. Don't put like 6 steps. That's too many steps for the prospect. You want to break it into 3, and that's what they did here, and it's very smooth. And then, all right, they've got some social proof. And then they're hitting us with some more market data. And then I guess, I'm not sure what this is. I guess this is breaking it down, specifics. The deliverables, like what are you actually going to get? Okay, it's a little hard to read that. And then, yeah, so they're breaking down what you get. That could probably be worded a little bit better on a heading for that section. We scroll down, we've got some recent work. We've got the team, perfect. And then some more market data. Really brilliant market data. We got a footer. So whoever, did this, whoever was the marketing genius behind this is a genius because of a couple points. One is they picked a position, right? They picked the fast position. We do it fast. So, when you think about cars, right? When you think of Ferrari, you think of fast. When you think of Volvo, you think of safety. When you think of Toyota, you think of reliability. Well, it can be the same for web design companies, right? Let's think of some positions, all right? So these guys chose to be the fast. They chose to take the fast position. Fast. What are some other ones? It could be custom, bespoke, high ticket, high end, right? That's going to be slow, actually, but it doesn't matter. When you think about go back to cars for a minute. Toyotas are slow, but that doesn't keep them from being desirable because they're reliable. So you just pick a wanted attribute. So we have custom, high end, we've got fast. What are some other types of positions someone could take if they're doing a web design company? They could be doing, you can get very specific and do it for certain spaces, like for local brick and mortar. We do websites only for local brick and mortar, right? Or we do websites only for e-commerce. So those are all different positions you can take, like we just do e-commerce, or we just do fast websites. And the cleverness of this is that's one of the desired attributes. Somebody wants a website fast. So when you're figuring out your position, you can figure out what are things that people want to get from that service. With FedEx, people wanted overnight delivery, right? So FedEx made their whole position when it has to be overnight. And this is similar. People want their website done very quickly. So the whole thing is focused around, we're going to give you your website super quick. But at the same time, you have to realize it's not going to be super custom, and it's not going to be highly tailored. Like, it's going to be a little bit cookie cutter, but they don't mind. Because the people who want the fast website, they're going to pay $500 to $1,000, right? People who want a full-on custom experience, it's going to be $5,000 to $10,000. You couldn't sell a $10,000 website saying that you're going to get it done in 3 days, because the perceived value is, what, you're gonna whip up my website in 8 hours and I'm paying you $10,000? That doesn't make sense. So when you're doing it like this, when you're taking the fast position, we're going to make it this really quick, in and out, bam, bam, bam. You have to budget. You have to price it so that it makes sense. Fast food is cheap. Slow food costs more money. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's the same with websites. So for custom websites, high end, it's going to take longer, higher perceived value, several thousand. Whereas you can target people for this, because there's going to be people who want both of these. So you can be totally rest assured that if you pick one, you don't have to appeal to both, is the point I'm trying to make. You don't have to appeal to, you can't appeal to both. You need to pick one. So if you want to appeal to the people who just want that quick website, 3 days, wham bam, this is going to be what they're willing to pay. And then for higher end stuff like that. So a great example of positioning for a web company, and obviously they've used a phrase which is common in English, something done this week, as the name of the website, so it feels familiar right away, right? It's feeling very familiar. The other great thing they're doing is putting market data and statistics or trends or scientific data, research really helps to get the interest of the prospect. A great place to go get that for marketing is HubSpot. You come on down to HubSpot, get statistics. Just has amazing stats. If you're in the marketing space, this is for your website, for getting attention, getting interest. So very powerful, because you need to get people's interest. And when you give them facts, people aren't going to question it, and you put yourself in the position as an authority, all right? And especially when these facts are working for you, then it's even more effective, right? So all of these stats they're giving tie into the service. So it's very cohesive. It all flows to the next point, all right? And honestly, the truth of this is from doing surveying and talking to your customers. Like, this isn't something that people just guessed. I'm sure they didn't just sit down here and think, hey, I've got a great idea. This was a result of having many conversations with many clients and zeroing in on, okay, what's the one thing that people keep saying they want? Well, I want my website done now. So then they build their whole service around getting the website done right away. And it's super appealing to the audience who doesn't mind who doesn't mind having a kind of a cookie cutter website that still looks fresh, but not waiting 3 months for a fully customized website. So very smart use of positioning. Love it. The design is really fresh too. Keeps you on your toes. You don't zone out. So it's got a very good flow. So this is a great example. Again, this is really important here. Putting the actual staff. This is key for building trust. All right, putting actual pictures of the actual people, because without it, you're just, what are you? You're just a bunch of, text and images. People won't do business with you unless they trust you. So it's really important that, on your website, whatever you're doing, whatever position you take, that you actually put real people on there. All right, so this is building trust. It's huge. So take a page out of this take a web page out of this book, all right, and make a section. You don't have to put everybody, but put at least one person to be the face of the company on the site. That would be very smart. And everything else they're doing is perfect. They're putting recent work, all right. They're putting the deliverables here, although this could be displayed in a slightly more easier to look at way. Lots of market data, testimonials, the process, right? More market data. So really well laid out. Use this as an example, as a case study for really good design and really clever marketing. And take a moment and think about your company and what your position could be. Truly, any small business, whether it's national or local, can and should take a position. Because how else are you going to differentiate yourself? Let's say you're a plumber, right? And there's 100 plumbers in your town. Well, how are you going to be different and memorable compared to the rest? What is it? What can you do as a plumber? You have to get the creative juices flowing. Anyway, if you have a website and you want it to be pimped out and made amazing, come on down and we can take a look. We'll do a little video, see what's up, see what can be optimized, see what's bad and what should be removed. And just come on down to massiveeffectmarketing.com. And we are partnered with a nonprofit rescue team, so if you get a marketing package with us, we will train a first responder. Isn't that dope? So we're going to turn some victims into rescuers and save some lives together. Super wicked, so come on down, massiveeffectmarketing.com. All right, so until then, thank you very much. And if you have any websites, go ahead, put them in the comments in the video, and I'd be happy to take a look for free. All right, take care.